We are going live out here on YouTube. Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is 2022 Mentorship here with ALGOBOX. And of course, if you have not been following along with us, you have been missing out. My name is Vinny Minnie, and I like to do trading. Tonight, we are open mic night, so we're just answering questions from the crowd. We'll have a few things that we'll go through. We've got the Ask Vinny questions section. Of course, if you're not following us over here on our social media, Instagram is where we're having the most fun. And of course, if you want to learn how we earn, right over here on the Discord channel chat with the rest of our members, that's where we'll focus in here, mostly here tonight. And again, we are here all about the ALGOBOX. And don't forget, folks, trading is risky, but if trading is for you, make sure you are hanging out here with us. All right. Let's get into it here this evening. It is open mic night. Welcome aboard. If you would like to join us on the microphone, you can head on over here to our Discord channel chat. Click the link down in the description. And on the left-hand side, right over here, Vinny Mini Jams Live. Click right there, and you can come on the microphone here with me. We've got a few folks in here hanging out with us. What's up, Masai, BPZ, Cheddar? Oh, I just said Cheddar instead of Chester. My apologies. Eldo, Popeye, Superman. What's up? We got folks out there in YouTube land. I'm gonna bring some of y'all's chat over here. That's all of, not some of it. We're gonna do all of it. Pop out chat here, and let's bring the chat here. This is all about you guys here tonight. I'm talking at you guys, you know, all the time. We'll have several videos per week where I am talking at you. You guys get to talk back. So open mic night here tonight. If you guys have questions, want to bring them, tonight is the night to get them all answered. What's up, Superman, Brandon, Jason, Adrian, Hinani? How are you? All right, so let's cover a few things. So what's new? Don't forget March the 1st. Those of you guys who are hanging out here with us, if you are not in with us by March the 1st, you can still get in with us later. But on the new website, you will not have access to the fully automated headshot, two-finger salute, and lunchbot. Now, we've been getting a lot of questions, so I want to answer a few of those here, and let's go straight to some of our videos to kind of show you guys how to do these things. Opening a new window. All right, so over here on our channel chat, if you're wondering like, well, what's the headshot bot? Let me tell you guys how to find things about our stuff, because, you know, we're answering a lot of questions over and over again. And, you know, we're working. I would love for some good feedback on, you know, if you guys have suggestions for how you go about and search things, that's fantastic. But click right here on our search, and let's search for any topic, right? So let's talk about the headshot. You guys hear about us talking about headshot strategies. So type right here and type into the channel chat headshot, and you will find videos related to the topics that you're looking for. This is probably one of the best ways to find and search things for us. Now remember, don't just use the normal YouTube channel chat. You want to go to my actual channel page right here, Vinny Mini Forex Algo Trading, and then type in what you're looking for. A lot of people have been asking about Lunchbot, because we do have Lunchbot on the gold membership for the 2-week free trial. And there are 3 videos, but for some reason people are always like, I don't know how to find it. I can't find the headshot or the Lunchbot stuff anywhere. They're here, I promise. So come over here, check those out, watch those 3 videos. There are a lot of parts to it. So people who've been asking, you know, a lot of detailed questions about things, listen, they're in the videos. You know, if you're in the 2-week free trial and whatnot, like, be respectful and understand, like, we can't answer 1,000 questions all the time on that. But self-service right here, go over there, watch the full auto on Lunchbots. Two-finger salute, if you guys want to check that out. This is the other two, if you're wondering, well, I don't know if I want to join in before that March the 1st. Two-finger salute on full auto. So there is the fully automated one. We also have the regular, if you want to, you know, see it not, like, how would you take it manually? You've got the manual, you got semi-auto and fully automated, and you've got part 1 and part 2 of that. And then here is where it all began. This is before we ever even had the automation drawn up for you. You guys can see where it all came from and all that. If you want to learn how we optimize, this is a really old video here. Maybe you want to watch one of the more recent ones for the optimizations, but lots of questions can be answered. So get real familiar with this. This is the main thing I want to show you guys here tonight. Click that little search and then search for the stuff that you want right there on our channel, and that will help you out if you are looking for things related to some of our topics. All right. Some other people had asked, hey Vinny, do you have, so what is, I don't know, actually this is more of a troll, but we'll answer the trolls anyway. We don't mind if you're asking a question. Somebody said, yeah, but I heard you don't have any return policy. Well, that's actually not true. You know, I'd like people to just, you know, if you're going to troll me, you know, please try to stick to things that are true. Like, you know, I don't know, things like I got a greasy ponytail, or, you know, the usual stuff that you guys do. But, like, you know, don't come over here talking about how we don't have you know, return policies and stuff like that. Where do I have it? Probably at the bottom. Refund policy. There it is. So let's click on that refund policy. I don't know how to make it any more clear. There's a 40-day cancellation and return. Now, what's interesting, I like to point this out here for a minute because somebody else brought this up today that, you know, there's no other trade rooms in the world that do this. I wonder why that is. Let me think about that. I wonder why they might not do that and why we're cool with it. We don't really care. If you want to be here, fantastic. If you don't, that's okay too. Now somebody said, yeah, but Vinny, you have a 120-day program. Okay, let's talk about that for a minute. So we have 3 sections of 40, right? Now most people have, if you are even in, you know, not trading industry, they're 30-day return policies. Why do you think I extend it to 40? Because you could spend the entire first 40 days learning everything there is to know, folks, and then at the end still be like, nah, it's not for me. And honestly, I don't care. All I will do is I will ban you from our room, I will send you on your way, and all I ask is that you don't return. Now, I don't think that's too much to ask. So 40-day return policy and cancellation is there, so hopefully that answers some of the questions, even from the trolls there. So we have addressed one of the conversations from the trolls. And so yeah, thanks for those questions there. Hopefully that clears things up for folks. And let's see, what else? What's up, ALGOBOX family? Did we have any other questions out on the public? No? Okay. So let's get into some of the topics here tonight. So remember, those of you guys who are new with us, we're going to be talking particularly to the folks who are trying to figure out how to get started, how to get rolling with this. We are going to take and cover some advanced level topics as well. But let me kind of open up the microphones. If anybody want to start this off, anybody have like, hey, I need to get in. I know we got people from around the world. Some people stayed up late just to come over here and have a chat with me. So I want to open the floor to them first, because in the past I've waited till the end and they're like, Vinny, it's like 2 a.m. my time. I stayed up just for this and I couldn't stay awake. So let me hit some of you guys who are, you know, around the world and you came here and you stayed up late. Let me open the mic to you guys. Any of those folks here with us here tonight that want to get on the microphone with me? Nobody? Oh man, okay.
Vinny, I got no questions, man, but I'll just say thank you.
I appreciate that, Chester. Thank you, sir. I thought there was at least one person earlier today that said they were staying up late to come and have the conversation. So I wanted to make sure, and I don't remember, honestly, I apologize. I don't remember who it was. We have lots of folks around here these days. Anybody wanted to get on the microphone who needs to go to bed? I know there's some people who stayed up. It's like 4 a.m. Some of y'all saw somebody's like, okay, I'm staying up till the, oh, I know who it was. Where's SQ? SQ has put together some amazing videos for us, and he was saying he was staying up. I don't see him in there. Okay, well, this is the video, SQ. I tried to leave the mic open at the very beginning, and so you, you could get to bed. All right, Tommy asked, reveal the secrets to the hair thing. You know what? It's biblical. So on the biblical front, oil only, actually. And thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. It has to do with oil. And shampoo is a scam. Stop shampooing your hair. Shampooing is for people who believe CNN. So stop with the shampoo, folks. It's pretty simple. Let's see.
Hey, Vinny, quick question.
Yes.
If we don't have order flow functionality in NinjaTrader, is that still okay to use the other workspace?
Great question. Yes. In fact, so there are 2 workspaces that he's asking a question about. Let's hit that real quick. So inside of ALGOBOX, when you install, there is the regular. I think it's just called the 1080p, the ALGOBOX 1080p. And it's 1080p because it's single. It's not 4K resolution. You guys need to expand that afterwards if you guys want it. We do have workspaces you can go and download if you want. But he's asking about the in the Flowmaster system. In order to get the full function of Flowmaster, you need the ALGOBOX Delta workspace. Now there are 2. You do not have to open this one. I believe by default ours might open up to this. So if yours is not showing Delta and you get an error message that says this requires NinjaTrader Lifetime, then just change over from the Delta workspace to the ALGOBOX 1080p. Now, that's in the current version. Today is like the 21st of February. Now, on March the 1st, when we release a new version of code, guess what, folks? This is no longer going to be a problem. Yes, folks, one of the new enhancements that we've got, you are going to get Delta included without NinjaTrader. No more lifetime NinjaTrader required. Okay, so if you guys don't want to get NinjaTrader lifetime, you don't have to anymore, because even with that, we are going to have the Flowmaster Delta flagging in our own. We basically recoded what they're doing internally, and we're doing it ourselves, so we don't need their stuff. That's good news. Also, even if you do have it, so here is a benefit to those of you guys who did go ahead and get it. Remember, you do have discounts. There are advantages besides just that one for lifetime, for particularly around commissions. But in the Delta workspace, this section down here at the bottom of a chart, so pretend, this is our chart, okay? And down here with the Delta flagging, we've got our green Delta flags, we've got our red Delta flags coming in, showing us where the monster turns are going to be. This section here will now back populate. So this has been one of the features that has, it's only been able to populate like the first section up here for quite some time because we are using bars. This was a bug with NinjaTrader. It's not on us. We've talked with their dev teams for a while, and they are probably not going to fix this anytime soon. We actually helped them to identify that they had this issue when you change to bar types and to bar counts. Like we have ours, for performance reasons, we have it set to go back 500 bars. With this, for some reason, well, we know why. I won't talk about that particularly because we've got crazy competitors out there like DayTrader Paradise who come out here and do all kinds of nefarious stuff. We are in, those of you guys who've been asking what's the deal with DayTrader Paradise and us and all that kind of whatnot. Well, there is a legal battle going on. We are suing the fuck out of the retards over there at DayTrader Paradise, engaging in nefarious things that, well, let's just say this, they shouldn't have. So out of the bar section, we have now fixed this. So we will actually back populate the entire thing in the new version as well. So look forward to that. Plus, how about a little, who wants, I don't know, you guys want some performance boost? How about your PC feeling like it's like 30% faster? Well, yeah, we've got a lot of cool performance improvements, particularly around some of the drawings. Our drawings, of course, are some of the most intensive things that we do, particularly around the harmonics and the Fibella dots. Those are two, they're powerhouses, right? We're doing a ton of calculations internally to be able to get those 15 points of confluence on the dots themselves. Then you've got the harmonic drawings where we are prediction. We're one of the only platforms out there doing PPRZs to be able to predict where those are going to be before they arrive. So the performance boost is there in the new version as well, coming on March the 1st. And yes, there is more as we roll into the summertime. We will likely, now again, there's no guarantees of all this stuff here. We're just talking about our plans here as we're opening up our time here together this evening, that we may be, and most likely, expanding platforms. We are investigating opportunities to go into the TradingView white label. There are I'm concerned with a few things with the ability for their system to handle kind of some of the stuff that we're doing internally for those, but we are going to at least investigate whether that's going to happen or not. We know for sure that we can do it with Sierra charts. So Sierra charts will be an expansion for us as well. And yeah, so that should, any Sierra charts folks in here? Anybody a fan of the old Sierra charts? They got some pretty big limitations. There are some things with our optimizations that we will not be able to do via Sierra. But if you are just a Sierra diehard, we are going to be tapping into that area as well. Sierra is good. Captain Price, you like it? Okay. Their bow methodology software is pretty lacking. It's not quite where NinjaTrader is. So, I'm still a NinjaTrader fan, hard through and through. You're getting bitter at Sierra? Yeah. So we're expanding territories, and other things. If you guys have friends who are in the stocks world, so our system has been able to be used on stocks for a very long time. It's not like you can't use our system on stocks. We used to have a stocks room on the left, and I just kind of got tired of it getting filled with a bunch of spammers coming in there because we really didn't watch it very much. But we used to post we had setups inside of Tesla and Google and Apple, and I was showing you guys our system working very well even on those. We are developing some partnerships with some of these stock rooms, and pretty excited about that. Yeah, good Good new good friend of mine out here in the Sugarland, Texas area. Going to be working with me on some of that to expand. We've got a couple others that are also starting to work with us on the ALGOBOX stocks. I will again always be focused here on E-minis. I am Vinny E-mini after all, but this is the All Points Bulletin shout out to anybody who is already in the trading education space. If you are not a hardened CUNT, like an ICT or a Trades by Matt or one of the Day Trader Paradise whores, you know, I will open up the opportunity for you to expand your educational platforms to use ALGOBOX if you are so interested. So if that is interesting to you, or if, I don't know, if some aspiring YouTubers want to step up to the plate and got to come out here and start teaching ALGOBOX ways, I am opening the doors for that. We've also set all of our YouTube channel videos now to Creative Commons. So if you would like to use our system, again, if you abuse it, we will take you out. But if you would like to reuse our content, you are more than welcome to do that as well. So yeah, a few of those things. If you guys have any questions on any of that, again, open mic here tonight, okay? If the Lord speaks to you and tells it to you in your heart, hey, this is you, this is the nudge, you know, I think there's some of you that already know who you are, that you know that's you, you know it's you, there are some who are ready, all right? I have that feeling, I was spoken to it, it was spoken in my spirit, I know it's out there, so if that's you, if I'm talking to you, come on down, come have a chat with me, and I'll talk to you guys about all those opportunities as we roll forward. Now, as far as our trade room results, folks, I mean, you guys are absolutely killing it, crushing it. I do want to poke through on a few of these results here real fast. If you are, you know, you've been trying to figure out, wow, did somebody hit 100% today? 100%, 59 trades, $5,900, 100% profitable. Who crushed that? GP? Was that a micros? Did he do that? All micros? Oh my word. Oh, you hit that massive J-hook. GP crushed that J-hook today. I appreciate you walking through that stuff in the room. You know, GP might need to start, he might need to start his own YouTube channel and come teach the class. I don't know. He absolutely crushed that. Trap cluster play. Oh, look at this beautiful one right here. You see the cluster? And then it popped up for the power dot entry. Yeah, I hope somebody took that short. Holy schnikes. And then showing the wave over here where that was. That is a beauty. Was that you, Foster? Bit uneventful. The price action never ceases to amaze. So even when it was uneventful on a President's Day short holiday day, you guys are crushing it. Is this a 3K? 96% profit factor, 26.39. Folks, if you don't know what the profit factor is, that means that the winners were 26.9 times the size of their losers. That is incredible. Yeah, that would have been equivalent to a $60,000 day on minis. That's huge. That is huge. What do we got here? KevBot throwing down. Oh, so people have been asking this about the bubbles. So bubbles and crosses. So right here, yeah, I hope everybody recognizes by now. If you've been through our program, so the double bubble right here, those are crosses. Okay, so crosses, bubbles, same thing. These have slightly smaller stop spaces. So on the higher time frames, I prefer to use the bubbles. So if your stop is going to be back behind the bubble, your stop is here. If you're doing a cross, it's going to be slightly larger. So people have been asking, like, why do we do that? So I'll just kind of answer it here. It's probably painfully obvious. If you add these to your chart later, you'll see that a cross on these is approximately, like, let's say this large. That might have overshot that a bit. So your stop is going to be here if you're taking a short versus here, right? So the stop distances are smaller, are larger. Again, up to you if your risk tolerance is good. Remember, I've always said that you needed 2 try rule on these anyhow, so keep that in mind. But this is, I hope you guys recognize that this is a double cross, double move, although it is a double bubble, double move, right? So instead of double cross, we were talking about double bubble, double move, right? So you got 2 crosses equivalent right here. You're measuring from where? Previous pivot. Where are we going? Here to here, and we are looking for here to there, and that looks like a very beautiful beast. Well done. Who put that one in there? Is that KevBot? Excellent work. 5,500 there, 87%. Wow, you guys absolutely crushed it today. I apologize again. I've been dealing with a bunch of legal stuff thanks to Day Trader Paradise and John Matthew Cowart. We are Just telling you right now, folks. The pain train is coming, and the pain ain't gonna be for me. You know what I'm saying? They have been a pain in my ass long enough, and they are going down. I assure you, you will hear about it. 4K. Holy shnikes. You guys are, dude. I don't even know if I should compete anymore. You guys are smashing. Y'all are smashing my numbers. This is absolutely incredible. Amazing work. I don't know why I'm surprised. You guys have been doing this a while, but I hadn't looked through these today, so I wanted to get my first chance to look through it. Last trade. A little bit zoomed. It was a good day. Learn to breathe. Stay calm. Execute what I see. That dude, man. Okay, so that dude has been struggling for a while. He don't look like he's struggling no more. 3,400 on the day. Wow. And he had some computer issues. He's trying to do some remote in stuff. And folks, I'm telling you, start with the proper foundation. If you haven't set up your computer properly, you are going to be having a hard time. Look at Captain Price, right? The guy's really smart, but he's also really dumb. He will not, for whatever reason, get himself a standard setup, which let's talk about that here real quick. Because I know we got some smart people in the room that don't want to think that they're always that they know the answers, and they want to actually know the right answer. They're not concerned with only having their own answer. All right, so this is a proper setup. Your center screen should be able to be divided into 4 sections. You should be able to have 4 setups right here. Each one of these equivalent to a 1080p screen. And so this whole thing should be a 4K screen. Whoops. I don't care of... Well, I do care what size, but it needs to be at least 43 inches. If you are doing smaller than that, look, these are going to be so small, you're not going to have proper visibility. And remember, we are playing a video game. Left side should be your other high time frames, HTF, high time frame charts, all laid out over here. And then on the right, this should be your Discord information. And it's not just our chat box. People have been a little bit confused by what are we doing inside of Discord. You need a couple of things. You need the MacV Ultimate, you need the public chat, right? And you need the news. These are 3 things that you need to be able to have visibly in your eyesight, in my humble opinion, if you're really gonna be doing this as a business. Get your desk so that you fit it. Some people are like still trying to do this on their grandma's desk. I don't understand. It's $75 to buy a desk at IKEA, okay? So really no excuse. Make sure you start from the firm foundation, and then everything else will flow from that. All right. Let's see. Crosses scale to the zoom of your chart, but bubbles confuse me because they stay round even when you scale, so it's hard to know where to set your stop. DX Persona. Why is that hard to know where to set your stop? If you're at the proper zoom level, so here's the other thing. Let's talk about this. I was on a call with somebody today, and I was helping them out with their charts and setting them to proper zoom levels. Listen, folks, I don't know. Like, a lot of people like love to do this for some reason. They're like, oh, look at this. I'm all zoomed in like this. And they're like, okay, I'm taking my entry. And this is not a proper chart layout, folks. You cannot see what you need to see. Everything that we do here is about visualizing price, okay? So visualize that price properly. You need to be at the proper zoom level. I've got a few tips for that. I'm gonna go over these here tonight. In fact, I'm going to pop quiz some of you guys to see if you guys know how to check this out for yourself, how to measure your own. Let me show you on a lower time frame chart that is going to be a little bit easier to see. So let's pull up one of my ALGOBARs, ALGOBAR 5s, and let's see the bottom one. All right, so some of you guys, you know, a lot of you guys have it like this. This is bad, okay? Don't do this. This is wrong, improper zoom level. Let me show you a little tip. Look down here on your delta flagging. Now, if right now you don't have delta flagging, obviously this isn't gonna work for you, but guess what? In about, a little bit more than a week from right now, you will have delta flagging on your chart, so there will be no excuse. You'll be able to do this as well. Do you see these right down here? That right there. What you'll see, you are at the proper zoom level when you do not see those spaces. It's a real easy way to check it out, okay? So let me show you what I mean. You see the gaps in between those little bars on there? So I'm gonna hold Control up. So for those of you guys who are trying to figure out what I'm pressing here, CTRL plus the up arrow. Okay, press these at the same time. Now you can hold it or you just tap. Most of the time I tap them, so I'll go control and then I tap, tap, tap up, or I tap, tap, tap down. So that's what I'm about to do right now. So I'm holding control and now I'm gonna hit tap, tap, tap. I'm pressing up, okay, to zoom back up and out. And we are almost there. Boom, right there. That is a proper zoom level. Do you see it? See how those squeezed in? Let me make that bigger so you can, we're gonna make it dramatic, okay? This, if yours looks like this, it's wrong. Like this, that's wrong. Like this, it's wrong. This, nope, not quite. This, not quite. Almost. Boom, right there. This, when those are touching together and these look like the proper flags that they're supposed to be, you have the proper zoom up top. Does everybody get that? Are there any questions around that? This is how you check all of your charts. So, same thing, I'm gonna do it up here. Okay, some of you guys are gonna have this all out of whack. Okay, you're gonna have this spacing, looks like this. Is this good? Nope. How do I know what I do? I bump it, control, up, 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 bam. Now I'm done, see? Now I know that I'm at the proper zoom. Everybody got it? Tap your neighbor. All right, here's what I want you guys to do. I do not want to be the only one in the room chastising people for this. Okay, you guys are the disciples, and I'm not trying to say I'm Jesus by any means. I just have said this a long time ago. If Jesus needed 12 disciples to do his job, all right, listen, I need a lot more. Okay, if he did it with 12, I got to have at least 12. I need like 24. I need like 50. All right, I am not nearly as good as the king. You understand what I'm saying? So I need you guys to be disciples of our message. Got that? Okay, so proper zoom levels, important. Let's see. Did Eskew ever show up? Eskew, are you on the mic? There he is. Eskew, how are you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, what's up, my friend? I was trying to get you the opportunity. I know it's super late. Like, what time is it your time right now?
2 a.m.
It's 2 in the morning. All right, listen, I'm gonna try to get you to bed. I told everybody, I'm like, all right, anybody who's got these super late nights, y'all stayed up just to hang out here with me tonight. I know you said you were staying up, so wanted to open microphone here with you tonight so that if you want to cut in early and you can watch the rest tomorrow, totally get it. And anybody else who is, you know, it's like, man, it's super late, but I want to get on the microphone. I'm opening mic right now for those of you guys who need to get to bed. So talk to me, my brother. How are things going? You finished up your first 40 days, correct?
Yes. After a little bit more than 40 days, but I think I'm ready. Yeah.
All right, so you're feeling pretty good now. Do you want me? Can I play your video for everybody?
Yeah, sure.
All right, folks, you guys ready to see SQ, what SQ's done? So SQ is, by the way, let's give SQ a hand here real quick. He has been putting together some of these hilarious videos you guys have been seeing that are, you know, very powerful. Telling a story with a little bit of humor and sometimes a lot of humor is very, very powerful. And he is an ex-ICT student who knows the truth about the ICT scams and whatnot. Hey, while I'm talking about this, can you post the link so I don't go into your private chat? Will you post the link to that video in the public chat here real quick so I can click on it?
Give me a second, okay?
Sure thing. But he's been the one putting together a lot of that stuff for us. So the reason I'm giving this preface is he made a little video for us. Again, he's, use your talents, folks. If the good Lord gave you talents to do, amazing things, then by all means, use those talents. And he is a great talent in the video editing stuff, and done some hilarious stuff for us and very powerful stuff. All right, without further ado, let's take a look at how SQ has been doing here over his first 40 days, shall we? We shall. Let's go.
Let me stay with you. You're not you. Just one night. I'm not by your life.
I'm going to ruin the video here real quick and pause it. Look at this desk space, folks. Look at it. Look at it. Look how clean this is. Look at how clean. It's so nice. Beautiful.
But tell me 'cause we still have time. I can't say I can't help you, but do you feel the same, don't you? I think of you every moment. I think of you every moment. I can't say I can't help you, but do you feel the same, don't you? I think of you every moment. There's nobody else.
Oh man, that was beautiful. All right. So talk to me, brother. Man, so I love the video editing stuff. So talk to me about these notes, man. Like, I feel like, dude, I bet there's some people who want to buy those notes. So like, we might need to have your notes in print. I have a feeling that there's some gems up in there. So talk to me about like your process of studying, and help other people. Like, so as you went through the program, taking notes and things, kind of what was your methods? Now, let me back up for a second. Some people have continued to ask, and I don't know why this is confusing, but we are going to try to eliminate it. On the new website, there will be a members portal, because I guess that Discord is still, I mean, I get it. It's not something everybody knows how to use. I feel like this was, pretty easy way to do this, but right here, lesson library in order. It literally says the lesson library in order. Meaning in the proper order. You should watch it in the lessons in the library. That might be in the proper order. I don't know, Vinny. Are these in the proper order that I should watch them? I don't know, buddy. It literally says it right there. Lesson library in order. Hey, Vinny, but are you really sure that these are the order that I should watch them in? Yep, I'm pretty sure. Well, are you sure? Because I've been watching videos on here. Listen, there are no questions to anybody else out there. Go to the lesson library in order. Start at the top. And just like you're in grammar school, folks, just go from top to bottom, please. Go to the playlist. This is a great way to do it. Now, yes, on the new website, you will be able to go into the member portal area. And yes, it will also, by the way, though, be in the proper order. So please don't skip around. Be like, well, I went on a YouTube channel and there's a bunch of videos out there. So I've just been hunting around on them. Like literally one of the biggest trollings we got on a false review out there, which is, I don't know, it said it was an honest review, but they literally said there is no organization to our videos. And I'm like, maybe I have not been clear enough. But after tonight, let there be no mistake. There is a very succinct set of videos. You watch them in this order. These videos, you don't hunt and peck around. So, all right. So did you have any problems figuring out what videos you needed to watch, SQ?
No, my note taking was a little bit old school style, because I'm not I don't have much time, so I tried to figure it out when I was out of computer. I take all my notes and see. I saw videos and put all the information on the paper, try to visualize, and when I take my kids to soccer when they are on the pitch, I try to watch some videos. So it's not a very professional note taking, but I think the major things are there.
Oh, that's awesome. So I love the note taking, folks. It doesn't matter how you take the notes, as long as you're taking notes. There is something that they have proven that if you take from the mind and you have to put it through your hand, there's a kinetic component of locking it into your brain, which is extremely important. So you wrote down your notes and things of that sort, and you got through all the videos. But did you have any issues getting through them? Did you know what you were supposed to be watching? You completed through all the videos. I know there's a lot. There's about 170 videos. What are your takeaways, kind of, from the videos particularly? Are there things that we could do? Well, I don't want to say better, because of course there's better. Well, Vinny, you can make your videos shorter. I could try to do that. I know, but did you have any issues kind of consuming the data? Were there questions left the entire time, or did you get your questions answered? How are you feeling with that right now?
No, at the beginning, has everyone on the room. We start to question everything, and when we see a chart and we don't know what it is in there, we want to know right away what was in there. But if you go to the videos and pay attention and write it down, all the answers it come with the flow, so I think it's the mentorship is pretty good, and I think after the 150 plus videos, it take me a little bit more than 40 days. But after that, I think I'm prepared to give the next step to the training of the click, and I hope I enjoyed the next stage as I enjoyed the first one.
As far as one of the main jobs for anybody in here during your first 40 days, I do want you to. People are always asking, well, Vinny, why don't I just pick my few strategies? Just tell me what strategies to learn and just learn just those. I really do believe you need to know all of the strategies, but you can still specialize. Sort of like you need to learn how to drive a car. Yes, you need to learn all of the road signs. You need to understand all the road signs, even if you're going to specialize in, well, I'm only going to be driving around, my neighborhood. You need to know how to get on the freeway. You need to know how to parallel park. You need to know how to do all those things, even if you hardly ever do them. They need to contribute to your overall experience. And with us, if you pick 3 strategies, but another strategy that's not in your wheelhouse of strategies shows up, you need to know about it so that you know if that's helping you, assisting you, working as confluence with you, or if it's working against you, and know its general idea around it. So I want everybody to learn all of them and then pick yours. So speaking of picking yours, so tell me about what are your 3 or 4 strategies that are your favorites? What have you picked out?
Yeah, I just picked the double dot, the HMD, the CDM, the sharks. Of course, in the next stage, if I saw a PRZ cross or if I saw a plover, I would try to catch it.
Yeah, try to catch them all. So, I tell people, like, look, you can pick 3 or 4, but I mean, they're all so good. People are always like, well, which one do you do, Vinny? And I'm like, well, I do them all. I mean, if I get the proper setup, again, I'm just playing a video game. I really do approach the markets like a video game, and that's just how I approach it. And I'm really agnostic to the type or the set. I am knowledgeable about, I acknowledge what is the market condition doing. Are we super fast? Are we super slow? Speed has a lot to do with our play, because that's our approach to the video game. You really need to know what's the speed. And this comes back real quick to that 4 square. All right, so if ES that I usually put up in the top right, well, this is my slowest gear, okay, and my fastest gear is down here, right in front of my eyeballs in the bottom part of my screen for NASDAQ. Okay, NASDAQ is going to be the fastest. But at any given moment, so this may be my default, because don't we all want to make fast money? Like, we want to make the money the fastest. So our default should probably be, I would like to trade on the NASDAQ, okay? But if the market is moving so fast overall, okay, and you gotta picture like the full tide, that's why we have tide, wave, and ripple. So the rising tide or the falling tide overall is the big gear moving fast or slow, okay? If it's super fast, well, then that means that fast has contributed to the ES, and now this slow might become medium, right? Or it might even be fast now, but that means that this instrument is like, so it's like out of play. Like, this thing is working at warp speed, folks. We're not warp speed players here. So this is the whole gear analogy in making sure that you're choosing which instrument that you need to be trading on at that moment. We don't care. I don't want people picking out, well, I want to trade the ES, or I want to trade the Dow, or I want to trade crude oil, I want to trade gold. Don't pick out an instrument and be like, well, I just want to pick this. Now, a lot of Twitter traders will tell you to do that. Well, guess what? Do you see any Twitter traders doing the results that we're doing? I don't. Okay, so we need to stop listening to the turds, right? I think that's part of Dr. Phenom's problem. Dr. Phenom's out there listening to so many retards, right? He doesn't know which way is up. Eventually, he's going to figure it out that, all that crap is useless. But for right now, he's still in that game of, well, I don't know, these guys are doing this and these guys are doing that, and I'll just figure it out. Maybe I'll do Sierra charts. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I need to do it all. Like, I don't get it. Like, yeah, if you want to fart around, that's great. But if you want to make money, yeah, there might be one better way. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you understand speed, and you have chosen your 3 or 4 strategies, but take them. It doesn't matter really what environment you're in. Recognize the environment, execute on the trades, right?
Okay, right.
All right, so let's talk about, so which one of those do you have any particular questions around? Like, you've chosen, I mean, those are all great. I mean, I think they're all great, but there are some that are more popular than others. My main concern for most people is double dot when they start choosing double dot. I think I've reiterated that in several videos. As far as your double dot, always remember that the most shallow dot is your stop. Okay, so you are taking the smallest stop out. You're not putting the stop back behind the double dots. You understand that, correct?
Yeah.
Very good. So in that example, that's the only one that I really have concerns with. If you are a double dot player and your 2 dots come in and they look like this, okay, and next one might look like this. Okay, so double dot is the entire thing like this. So this one shows up, so you enter in, go to orange, all right, so you take your entry right there. So you're entered in, and if price is kind of coming up, and then we do like this, and so your question is does your stop go down here below this dot, or does it go right here? This is a key. If anybody has been asking any questions, it is the shallowest dot. It is this one right here. We are taking the most shallow stop. And you're like, well, I mean, that's so tight, Vinny. It's only like 3 or 4 ticks. That's the point. Okay. This is either a play or it is not a play. I almost said I don't understand why people do this, but no, actually I do. I understand that people do not like to be told that they're wrong. I mean, look at Dr. Phenom. I'm going to continue to say it. Like, Dr. Phenom does not want to be told that he is wrong, and he's wrong, and he's going to continue to lose money until he changes that about himself. And that's other people too. If that's you, stop it. Okay, take the stop out. Stops out, boom. It doesn't matter. Now you're like, well, what happens if it pops back in and up? Well, folks, enter in again and do a +1. This is the whole, we have 2 tries on anything. Okay, so right here, boom, enter in again. If you got stopped out, okay, oh no, but Vinny, if I just pulled it back a couple dude, trust me. Just take the stop, all right? Who cares? And then on the next one, enter in again and do +1. You guys know that? You should already know it. If you don't know what I mean by +1, go watch the videos on that. But we have 2 tries, never 3. That is my key around double dot. The rest of them, I'm pretty smooth on, but how are you with double cross, double move? I don't think you've started practicing those too much yet, but do you have any questions around any of the other ones particularly?
No, the only question that come to my mind now is on the shark back.
Okay, yeah.
If we should wait for Dr. Seuss entry on the entry line, or
good question. I think so. Yeah. So for me, here's what he's asking. So on a shark play, let me grab my lines here. All right. So all right. So price is coming up into his shark fin up in here, and we know that the entry line, oh, did I just break that? All right, I'm not drawing that all again. Let's draw just a square. Man, I did all that where it was like, oh, I'm drawing this good, it'll be so good. Then I hit the button. All right, so the back of the line is right here for the entry point. This is the defined entry for the shark back play. And his question was, should we wait for the Dr. Seuss entry? Let's talk about that. So some people asked about what is the Dr. Seuss entry. So we'll answer both of these with one. So as our price comes up in this area, our bars are blue and red. Dr. Seuss, again, some of you guys are too young, you don't know Dr. Seuss, and of course now those books are banned and they've been canceled. But Dr. Seuss, he has an infamous book called One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. Lots of kids back in our day like memorized the whole book. Your parents read it to you, whatnot, and had lots of cool stuff in Dr. Seuss. So Dr. Seuss entry is a blue to red shift or a red to blue shift coming from that one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish video, and the one fish two. It's a 1-2. Okay. So what he's asking is, should I wait or should I immediately enter as it comes in? Now, it's preference up to you. For myself, it depends on how many contracts I want to get into a position. So step one is, where am I at on my vision board? You should always be aware of what trade you're on, okay? If you're on trades 3, 4, and 5, and you're not in a toe in the water scenario, well, then this might change your idea if you want to get into more positions or more contract size, okay? So the default is probably, I want to toe in the water first, right on the line. Now, that means, so as price comes into it, let's do blue, because we were talking about, so my bars are coming in, bar 1, bar 2, bar 3. So his question is, should I wait for the Dr. Seuss? Well, if I want to get big on a position, because I'm feeling like, all right, so I'm on trade number 4, and my time of day, and I've got my filters in my direction. In this case, because this is a red shark, I want to make sure that the favorable direction is red with me, and maybe the MACV Ultimate is red. And I don't know, what are some other things? Am I missing one? So my current MACV histogram, okay, my MACV histogram there, that is also red with me. So I've got all of these with me. So do I really want to just do a toe in the water on this play? Probably not, right? I want to try to get big. So in this case, the answer would be yes, I would go ahead and I would enter in as soon as it hits that line, okay? As soon as it hits that line. Now, if the blue bars come through, okay, I'm already entered, right? And it's up and it's up and it's up. And then it's gone back out past, well, shoot, all right, I should be exiting the position. But if I get my red bar right here, bloop, like this, I'm probably going to enter in again, okay? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add again. Only, now, mind you, only if I already have these. That's, I hope everybody, like big asterisk here, I'm assuming that I've got my favorable directions and my filters going with me, okay? Hopefully to the tune of 3. 3 of them with me, then yes, I want to add, I want to get big on this position. So as I push and I go in blue, and then I go red, I might add again. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. He's asking about the Dr. Seuss entry. So can I add again right here? Yes. So now I have click, click, click. Everybody get that? So for me, if I'm 2 contracts each, I'm now at 6 contracts just on those 3 little pivots, right? Now, oftentimes you'll see that final little oomph, and then what do we see? Boom, we come back down hard like this. We add, I'm going to add one more time. Bam, like this. Swoosh. As we start to come back down through this, now I have locked in my stop point. I want to put my stop right back here, back behind probably this second line because I couldn't enter in on the first because we're too close here. But as we cross through this zone with my price, and it's going to be red for our bars coming through here, right? And we get blue, we get reds, we get blues, and then we get reds. But at this point, yes, I will have added how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, and just click, 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 click. That's going to get me to 8 contracts, which for me on a 16 full means that I am now at a half position. So he's asking an advanced question. I hope nobody's getting lost on this. You do not have to do all this. Remember, if you are starting out, you don't, like, this is, we're talking about advanced level stuff here right now, and if you don't know what the shark bar or any of that kind of stuff, like, you don't know what we're talking about, it's okay. Just go watch the videos first, and then what he's asking will make sense. I know to him, this is making sense, because he's asking the advanced level question, should I just directly enter into here or wait for the Dr. Seuss? Now, again, it's up to you. This is the only areas where you can choose, okay? If you don't want to add right there, and you're like, well, no, I need to really make sure it starts to come my way, then maybe this is your first entry.
Okay.
Make sense?
So,
yeah,
thanks.
If not, though, but yes, you've got multiple opportunities. However, if you're just on trades 1 or 2, that might be your only entry, right? And maybe a second one, but then if we pop up, okay, you might stop out. Okay, so we stop out, but on a shark play, am I going to try it a second time?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, 2 try rules. So let's say that we stopped out. If the price comes back right to here, am I going to re-enter that position?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Okay. And if before I was in 4 contracts, am I going to go in 4 contracts right there again?
No. 5.
No.
6.
How many am I going to go?
+1.
Yes, at least 5, right? At least 5. And me, I'm on, usually I do all even numbers, so I am probably going to be at 6 contracts. The man's got it, folks. You got it, dude. You took good notes. All I can say is, I have taught you well myself. Well done, sir. I didn't even, man, I tried to trip you up and everything. I even tried to give you the social engineering push in a direction, and I didn't even trick you. He's like, yep, I'm going to get in. 2 try rule. He knows the 2 try rule. Okay, so what about a third, though? If we stop out and we pop out back past this line here, and I stop out at the back of that shark, and we pop back down in, am I going to enter in for the 3rd time?
No.
No.
Not 3rd time.
No way. Never 3. We never strike out here, folks. That is why we are number 1. Any other questions, sir? What other kind of questions can we get answered there for you? You know what you need to do in your middle 40 days? Are you ready for me to talk about the middle 40 days?
Now I'm going to to buy the lifetime NinjaTrader, mostly because of the ATMs, and start to practice. That's it.
Okay, very cool. Now on those, there is, I think NinjaTrader is offering a pretty cool offer this month. If you guys are joining with NinjaTrader for the entire month of March, did you guys see that? They're going to give all micros 100% free commissions. That's insane. Let me talk to you guys about this. Like, has NinjaTrader lost their minds? I don't know. I'm sure they have a reason. Okay, but I'm going to call this March Madness. All right, so March Madness over at NinjaTrader, free micros. Wow, I can't type tonight. Free micros commissions for the entire month of March. Are you joking me?
I just posted it in the main chat.
Say that again.
I just posted it in the main chat.
Oh, thank you, sir. So Curtis has posted the link to joining up with that. So yeah, if you're signing up for an account this month and in March, as we were rolling out our new code, that coincides with their March Madness free micros commission. Dude, that's full auto heaven right there. Amazing, because you can basically turn on turbo risk with that, but you've got 1/10 of the risk because you're doing micros and no commissions. This is the part that usually really deters micro action, right? Because the micros levels of profits are like 50 cents to $1. And, you know, commissions are eating into that pretty heavy because, you know, the ratio of commissions to profits are higher than they are on minis. But right here, wow.
Yeah.
Not having to worry about that. Yes, please. Sign me up. Very cool. So in your middle 40 days, for anybody who is new with us, our 120-day program, he is just now completing his first set of 40. We have a 40-40-40 program as he's crossing this threshold here tonight with this, the passage. He has passed this threshold. So he's going into this section here, and here we are focusing on quantity. I want a lot of clicks, a lot of ticks, more clicks, more ticks. We want execution, we want mechanics. I want you to get your mechanics down. I want you to get the feel for your mouse. I want you to get the feel for moving your stops and targets quickly, etc. That's the middle 40 days, and this is where you're going into. In the final 40 days, we will focus on quality. So the other cue there, quality on filtering and all that. In the final 40 days, I'm less concerned about that here. Now, I want you to make note of them mentally. Be like, oh, I know I just took this headshot. It's a red headshot, but everything is pointing green. Right? I still want you to close the position quickly, right? I want you to get into it and be like, did it get to target one? Nope, it's coming back on me. Close the position. I want you, folks, I am trying to get you to love your close button. This is a very hard thing. This sounds so easy, but I want you to, I heart close. All right, we need to make that t-shirt. I heart close. All right. And people be like, what does that mean? And like, don't worry about it. Okay. You need to love your close button. It is the end all be all. Love the close button. Close the position. Just close the position. If it ain't working, close the position. All right. It does not have to hit your stop. You can your stop's back there. Okay. It's there. It's like your full safety net. But listen, you don't have to hit the ground. All right. Just close. So that's what we want to focus on here in the middle 40 days. Losing well. That is a real key here. I want you to lose well. Okay. Not like ICT, who's crying like a little biatch and won't even get into trading competitions. We want you to lose well. All right. Final 40 days, we focus on winners. What else do we cover on that? Any questions around that? Yeah, Captain Price said it's so hard to kill a losing trade. It's true. Yeah, don't marry the losing trade. Yep. Data. That's perfect. I heart close. Oh, and for the heart, we need to put in like our ALGOBOX logo. I ALGOBOX close, and then people are like, what does that mean? We're like gonna have our own language walking around in our t-shirts. Crazy. But yeah, that's beautiful. That's what you're going to be doing, my friend. Well, congratulations on hitting into your middle 40 days. You're going to be click, 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 clack, clack, clacking. I want to point something else out for folks. I did just put out a little video on getting your mouse settings set up. So do make sure that you spend some time adjusting your your mouse settings. Okay, here are mine. I've got set to 1000 DPI and 1000 reportings. Okay, and my Windows middle, I always just keep Windows settings like right in the dead center middle for that, and then I just adjust these. Now, if you are still not feeling comfortable with your mouse, like it's either feels like it's too fast or too slow, you can play with those, but there are aim lab trainers out there. There are lots of free ones. This Beat Aim is a pay-for app. But if you want to click around, click, just kind of get your mouse so that you know exactly what sensitivity you need to be. They've got some cool aim trainers that help you adjust your mouse to your hand size and your dexterity level. With this mouse, it is super awesome to be able to do that. So another one of those little semi-pro tips if, again, we are turning the markets into a video game, and people are starting to wake up. We heard Radigan and Sosnoff even giving us the nod of, yeah, what are the products going to look like when we start turning the markets into a video game? I mean, I about fell out of my chair the other night when I heard Sosnoff and Radigan say that. I was like, yeah, one day JP Morgan's going to come into their main meetings and be like, yeah, so we want to turn trading into a video game. How do we do? This is awesome. They are close. Oh, this is going to be a good one for the merch store. We'll have to throw that down. I've realized the mouse pad makes a difference. Yes, the mouse pad, you do need a mouse pad. I don't talk much about that. I think I take that for granted. Let's talk about that real quick, because I did see somebody the other day with a little bitty tiny mouse pad, and I was like, dude, I don't know how you work with that. And then I realized, well, I never really told anybody to do anything about that. So let's come in here, and if I can press the right button, here we go. Look at this mouse pad I have. Like, this is actually called a keyboard and mouse pad. Okay, but this is not playing around, right? This will cover a lot of things. You could, I don't know, I could turn it into a skirt. Okay, but you need some space, all right? And this is what it sounds like.
You can go to the beach with that.
Yeah, that's my beach towel. Okay.
The Scottish men would call that a kilt.
Yeah, nice kilt. Yeah, so this one's overkill-ish. You don't need to be this long, although I can tell you, like, it is a nice comfort. Like, it kind of there's no ridges, kind of thing. And you notice, if you ever notice, you pay attention real close. I actually hang mine over the edge. Let me talk about why I do that. I wish I could zoom the camera in it, but you see that edge right there? I don't like that on my palm. Like, when I rest the back of my palm right here, you can actually, if you look at your hand right now and you're sitting at your desk and you've been at your desk for a while, if your bottom of your palm has a crease in it, yeah, like that. Lost Code just put a screenshot. Hang it over a little bit, right? This is a gamer speak right here, a little pro gamer tip. So if you got that line right there, that's not good, okay? Here's how you solve it. You just flip your mouse mat, get it a little bit, hang it over the edge. Mine is literally hanging over the edge by, for me, if I measure it, it's literally almost exactly 1 inch, okay? 1 inch, kind of hanging off a little bit. But when I put that right there now, it kind of folds over and it's loose. I know it's kind of annoying, but now I have seen desks that have literally a 45-degree angle cut on it. The IKEA desk at $75 does not have that. So if you've got one of those cool rounded things, lucky you. But if you don't, just solve it with get a gigantic mouse mat and let your palm rest easy on that sucker right there, and then you're sitting there like this in proper gaming position. Now, people have asked, the chair, what's up with the chair? Listen, you see my elbow, how it rests right here? And this, from here to here, is 90-degree angle, right? Now, it doesn't have to be exactly 90, but it should be able to rest in proper seating. Look, sitting up straight, and then boom, elbow there, wrist right there, pow, 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 pow. Full, complete control, all right? Now, you're talking to a pro gamer here, all right? I'm number 1 in Battlefield 3 when I'm playing the games. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay. I'm okay. I kind of know what I'm talking about. I spent years obsessing over what's the best equipment to basically beat everybody, because I just like to beat everybody. I mean, I'll be honest. It's the competitor in me. Do the hanging style, yeah. So get it going, but do not have a chair. Do not be using a chair, folks. Look at your chair right now. If you don't have an armrest, or if your armrest, some of you guys, you've had yours for a little bit too long, and I've been guilty of that in the past. If your armrest is cracking right here, you all right? How many of you guys, like, tell the truth? You guys, I know somebody in here's got a cracked one. How many of you have a leather one that's like all cracked up right now. And like if you look at your elbow, like your elbow's bleeding. If your elbow has cuts on it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know, you got band-aids on it. Yeah, go ahead, go get you a new chair. I got a suggestion for you from Amazon. It's $230 and it's awesome. It's not expensive. You have a kitchen chair? Okay, so that might be a problem, Aaron. Like, I don't know if it's a problem, but if you're looking for the ideal, you want something with an armrest and that it will help you over time. If you don't have one, you ultimately end up being like you're hanging like this. And this part of your shoulder, you'll start to notice that you're going to start having cramps and you're going to have neck issues because one side of your body is tensed up all the time, holding your shoulder up. You'd be surprised at how much weight that your arm is. You know, I'm 215 pounds. I don't know how much my arm weighs, but it's enough to where when your body's always having to clench up, if you know, my armrest folds up and back. So if I don't have it there, like this is all hanging, and I don't know if I'd say it does damage, but it will cause you issues. And just trust me, you'll have much more better control if your elbow is a fulcrum. I've got this as a fulcrum right here, and boom, and then I'm right there on my wrist. My wrist is right there at the edge of the desk, and now I have full finger grip dexterity on my mouse, and of course, claw grip that is forced by using this G300S mouse with all the buttons in the places that you need them. All right. Had to replace your chair. Oh, good. Yeah, I messed up your elbows. Mouse pad. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, did I see? Look at lost code. See, look at him hanging over. Is that whole thing? Holy cow! Wow. That thing is huge. Is that whole thing a mat? Dude, that's even bigger than mine. That thing is huge. Huge. Oh man, that's awesome. Okay, oh, that's interesting. Ergonomics expert explains how to set up your desk. Ooh, this looks cool. From the Wall Street Journal? Oh, speaking of Wall Street Journal, so somebody might be in contact with some investigators over there at Wall Street Journal doing a little investigative work in the world of trading and finance. I don't know who that might be exposing scams, but I don't know. It might, maybe that crazy Vinny guy, I don't know. Oh, look at this shirt. Dude, this is so great. You guys come up with some of the most clever stuff. It's going to be awesome. We are going to, so other things with the new website, we're going to open up kind of a merch store. We are going to have, we'll have our official, ALGOBOX official, but we're going to have contributions from anybody, any of our clients. If you guys want to create, if you guys got a creative idea, I'm not going to take the profits for it. If you want to put your merchandise using our logos, our phrases, our fun stuff that we do here, I am open licensing that to everyone. So if you guys want to make your own t-shirts and make your own hats, whatever, you want another stream of income, if you're a creative person, because I'm not, go to town with it. I want to bless others as I have been blessed. So check that out. Vitesse, high adjustable 55-inch ergonomic desk. The 55 might be enough. I've kind of started, I bought one recently and it's still sitting over in a corner because I feel like it was too small. Once I went with the 55 in the center, now that is not big enough. So just be careful if you are going to put a big one on top with your monitor. You see that space, like even on that one, you can almost see you're not going to be able to fit 3 monitors on there comfortably. You want to move to like the 65 to 72 inch desk length. So be careful these who, there's a lot of 55 inch standard. It's just not quite big enough for what we're setting up there. I've been wondering about these things with these, with the gliders. There's a guy who's like the, what's his name? Rocket Jump Ninja on YouTube who swears by the, he like has a full arm thing and whatnot for his Quake playing. I haven't quite tried that out yet, but it's too hot here in Texas to do it. Honestly, I think I'd sweat to death. You can use a control plus scroll to adjust your NT8. Oh, he's got a good point. So Danny just pointed out he's our hotkey master over here. Holding control and scroll, he's saying to scroll your charts in and out. Yeah, so hold control and scroll in and scroll out. There are a lot of cool keys and whatnots for all kinds of hotkeys. If you want to look at the whole hotkeys list on NinjaTrader, it can be very, very helpful. Like even if you hold Alt, if you want your bars to be fatter, or skinnier. Yeah, Alt does the thinness or the thickness of those. I like mine slightly overlapped, like that. But yeah, good. Another good one there. Control plus a mouse to scroll. Oh, you know what? This is a pretty common one. People who have gotten their stuff layered. So everything on your chart is a layer. If you are a Photoshop person, you kind of know how layers work. Everything drawn on our chart is a layer, has a layer to it. And so you can push a layer forward or push it back by clicking on an area. So if I want this, these dots, or not the dots, the bubbles to come forward, if I hold the Shift key, click on it, hold Shift, and you see how the bubble is now in front? And you see near my mouse, it says level 27 of 34. Now I keep scrolling it, I go all the way up to level 1, right? Level 1 is the very top layer. And if I want to push it back, I just scroll. I'm scrolling my mouse while I'm holding Shift. So Shift and scroll, there it goes. See, now it's behind my bars. Now it's in front. Behind, front, behind, front. Okay, and I'm holding Shift to scroll those backwards. So some people have asked like, hey, how do I get my moons or my bubbles back behind the charts? Because some people, theirs looks like this, and it's like covering up stuff, and they can't see what's going on in there. To fix that, just click on the bubble, hold Shift, and then scroll the mouse wheel until it's where you want it. Okay, and you can do that on any object on your chart. Some people like the dot. I like the dots in front, but if you want yours behind, you can do the same thing. So I'll put it back. Here we go, and dots are not backwards behind the bars. Oh, I need to pull the bars forward. One. Wah, wah. Am I doing a Microsoft demonstration here? My dots are locked for some reason, but normally that works. You can get your dots to go back behind, but the same thing. Hold Shift and scroll back. I probably need to refresh or reload my data. Any other questions around adjusting charts or anything? Great tip there from Danny. This when you just gave out the mouse pad and chair coming for the high score. Yeah, so we've got some people in our room competing for some of these aim trainers. Which aim trainer are y'all doing, Casey? There's a little competition going on in the room with some of the aim trainers, and you kind of get high score on, is it clicking bubbles, clicking targets? So that's pretty cool. I had to push okay. One thing you can do with a larger primary display is get it as close to the desk surface as possible. You need a custom stand to get it lower. That's a good good thought there, DX Persona. So you need a lot of the bigger ones though, you're kind of stuck with it. Some of the height on those, it's a good point. Let's talk about that here real quick while we're here since we brought it up. So, you know, I don't really have that problem with my setup because I don't have a big center screen on this setup. And so I've got space that I can have underneath this, right? And then my height level is, you know, right here. From me to look up, I'm still able to see the very top of the charts with ease. I'm just glancing up. Now, if you're having to do this, okay, this is a problem. Like, I think if you're having to, in the back of your neck, if you can tell that you're getting a crease in the back of your neck from looking up, it's too high, okay? Get it lower. And yes, DX Persona brought up a good thing. Either lower your desk if you've got one of the electronic ones, or even on this IKEA desk, it's got adjustable feet that you can use to scroll on the bottom. You can twist it in or twist it out to go higher or lower. Lower it, you'd be surprised. Just even by an inch or 2 inches is a huge difference in angle when you're looking up and down. But, you know, ideally, you're with our setups, you're not going to be able to, like a lot of people in ergonomics are going to be like, okay, you want the top of your monitor to be at the eye level, and so that you are glancing down. Folks, that's not going to work for us, okay? We are gamers, we are traders, and we've got big workspaces, so that whole thing is not going to work. But keeping it down lower, that is a good one. If you can eliminate the base altogether and put it all the way down to the bottom, if you're really trying to like ergo it out, then, and you got the money to spend on it, put one of those arms on the back, like what DX Persona is saying right there. You go ahead and put that monitor on an arm and let the arm go all the way down to the desk, almost flat, so that you're bringing the height down. Yes, great idea. Great thought there on that. Get your foundation right and the rest will follow. Well done. Exactly, you gotta really avoid having to tilt your neck back to hit the top of the display. Yeah, and that's actually why I stopped endorsing what I originally thought was gonna be so awesome. I mean, I put together a 5-panel of monitors, and I thought, man, this is gonna be so cool. I got this awesome layout that was like this. coming in at me like this. And I had this, 5 big arching surround thing. So I'm sitting in front of this thing and it's like, oh, this is so good. I see everything. It's so huge and whatnot. But I noticed, like, dude, anything that was up in this top section, I mean, it's just out of view. I may as well just cut the tops off of these things because it's useless. And it got to be an annoyance to me where I'm like looking all the way up at that thing. I'm like, looking at my 89 to look at the time. Hey, if your voice sounds like this when you're trying to talk, it's too high. So I had that thing set up right over here and it was so beautiful, but man, just because it looks good, don't mean it's going to work. You know what I'm saying? So no, I don't endorse the height on those 43 talls like I thought were going to be awesome. Yeah, we don't do that anymore. Great questions. All right, so we are right at about an hour. I'm going to open up the floor for questions. We didn't cover too many topics. I think we hit a lot of stuff, but I didn't have an agenda here this evening. Some of our other videos later this week, I will have directly specific topics that we're going to go through on advanced level training stuff. All the normal training stuff, I mean, it's done, folks. I'm not like ICT where every year I go, okay, guys, I'm going to go make up some more stuff. Okay, guys, I'm going to make up some more stuff. Oh, I just book them on FEG. Oh, yeah. Get out of here. Oh, I should go ahead and announce, like, so he never escrowed to 3 million, of course, and is continuously like talking about me, but without saying my name. And the trading competition ended with, I mean, it was a joke. The guy is trading with like a $23,000 account, and onesie twosie in it. And then on that Friday where he did those 5 trades, okay, you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, if anybody's asking about that whole thing, listen. Until he goes and shows the Friday, all right, let's put it in. The Friday, and he knows which one I'm talking about, the one where he faked it. Okay, he's got 6 trades that he's showing, and I know for a fact, I already proved it out, those were paper trades. And then he deposited because he had already, I mean, I don't know how much he lost because we can't see that because the guy won't show the whole history thing without doing stupid screenshots of stuff and hiding everything. That Friday, once he switched to paper, folks, I was done. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and fart around with some turd scammer out there who then switches over, does 6 trades. Now, mind you, yes, there are some live trades in there, folks. Everybody who's like, oh, Vinny, I saw it. It was like, dude, I'm not saying he didn't take any live trades, but he is doing something called conflation, which is also illegal. You cannot conflate live and sim in the same layouts and setups. He's a fraud. I'm done dealing with the ICT stuff. He's full of shit. If he can't even go out there, he's always talking about the Robins. He can't even win the Robins. He can't even get on the leaderboard on Robins, and he's talking about how, no, I'm waiting for somebody else to get on the leaderboard. Dude, how stupid is that? There are people who get on the leaderboard all the time, and he ain't out there beating it. He's never gotten into it. Oh, well, he's gotten into it. He's blown his account 3 times. I'm sick of it. But people who keep coming asking me like, Vinny, why don't you get in it? Well, I already showed you. They won't let me use NinjaTrader in it, or I would have gone out there and beat it already. And there's no point in me spending 1 year of my life if you're not going to pay me 3 mil. Okay? Because I can make $1 mil on my own in my own trading system. Why would I go out there and sit there and fart around with a setup where I can't use multi-contract? Literally, I'm going to have to trade 1 and 2 contracts at a time. Are you joking me? I'm not playing that stupid game unless somebody's going to pay me for my time, which if ICT had thrown up the 3 mil, bro, I will go out there and take that 3 mil and I will give it to charity. It was absolutely worth my time and efforts to spend an entire year for 3 million. Wouldn't you? Does that make sense to everybody? I mean, anybody got questions on that? I'd love, are there any ICT trolls out there who want to come on the microphone that, they're always real busy down in the comments? I mean, anything I say, it's all down in the comments, right? My comments are open. ICTs are closed. He's so thin-skinned, he can't take any kind of criticism whatsoever. But mine are open. You guys can see all the criticisms of all the crazy trolls. Ironically, all of them are from Nigeria and South Africa. I don't know, like, let's think about that. The 2 biggest scamming countries in the world, they're all following ICT. They're all ICT people, supporters. I don't know. Those are my only trolls. Any questions? I don't. Where are the ICT people? Any ICT want to come in here and talk to me? Any of them have balls? I don't think they do. They only talk keyboard warrior style down in the comments. But those 6 trades, I know for a fact, were paper. Once he went paper, folks, there was really no point. And I hit a $21,000 day. He's got $23,000 in his account. Folks, I made what he's got his entire account in a single day. There's literally, it's like having a 5th grader try to get into a fight with me. Like that, it's not a fight. Like we're not playing this game. Like, anyway. But he somehow is out there still, I'm the best. That's a joke. Yeah, the keyboard warriors, man. They're vicious, I tell you. But, okay, they had their chance. We were open mic night. They act like they're so ferocious down in the comments. But, open a mic to them and be like, yeah, come on here. One of them the other day was like, I'm like, how's My favorite troll right now is all of them. I just ask, like, they say something really nasty and whatever. I'm just like, hey, how's the weather in Nigeria today? I don't know why they get upset by that. But everyone's, what does it matter if I'm in Nigeria? I'm like, doesn't. Just asking how the weather is, right? They get real mad, especially if you say the word moo. Apparently, like that means stuff in their language. And if you say moo, Ogun, thunder strike you, they get real upset. I'm not sure why. I don't know what it actually means, but somebody said that I should say that to people and just, you know, leave that as my response when I don't know what to say. So we've been doing that a lot. That's been fun. But then I'm like, hey, no, you're from Nigeria. He's like, no, I'm from Cali. And I'm like, okay, Cali boy. All right. So the way that he's talking, I mean, I could tell you're not from Cali. But I said, yeah, you're from Cali. And then when you get on my microphone, and all of a sudden I hear your, you know, Nigerian accent, I think we're gonna kind of give you away, right? But yes, open mic to any of the trolls, any of the other people. If you guys want to come on here and have a conversation with me every Monday night, I open up the chat so you guys can come and have a chat and be a man. Come out from behind the keyboard. Come have a chat. Did I just watch his channel from nothing? What? Wait, so ICT is fake? He's worse than fake. He's literally a fraud and a con artist extraordinaire, my friend. Massive con. We've got a full playlist of the videos of the history. I am going to be called the trading historian soon because I already told Tom Dante, like, we're gonna start a trade historian website and scammers.io where you want to hear the history of trading, you want to hear the history of people and whatnot. You want to, you know, not everybody's into that, but some people are. And if you're trying to make a decision on whether or not you're going to follow a mentor or not, you should actually know about your mentor, don't you think? Also, when you get the Indian help support for ICT and have a YouTube crossover, gee, folks. Yep. All right. So do you go grant for access? Mike, yeah, you want to come on the microphone? Let's unmute.
Go, man.
Server unmute. What's up, Mike? How are you, sir?
Good. Just 10 o'clock here on the West Coast, so it's all good.
Beautiful. Yeah, man. Hey, nice job. So Mike, everybody, Mike is on the mic, and he did that outstanding video of his trading. How long? Okay, Mike, tell me about your history with us because, bro, I swear it felt like you just started with us.
Yeah,
and you throw down like a pro level video at my shit. How long have you been watching me, bro?
So I started my trial on like December 23rd.
Yeah, like recent. I mean, you hardly were here for long at all. How did you get so good so fast, bro? Tell us your secrets.
Well, I've always been, you know, into gaming and computers and, you know, that kind of thing. And got into the market about a year ago. And you know, messed around with the options and stocks, and then I found futures and realized I didn't really know what I was doing with futures. Okay. And so that's always been kind of the next frontier that I really wanted to focus on. So I put all my energy and focus into futures and learning ALGOBOX. So last 2 months has been strictly that.
Yeah, but y'all I mean, y'all know who we're talking about, right? Like Mike's video. I'm gonna pull it up here real quick, and I'm not gonna play the whole thing. But folks, you guys want to see, okay, I know sometimes I kind of tell you guys, like, look, there are people who are faster, there are people who are slower. You know, Mike is one of these people, like, he picked this up so fast, and then not only did that, was able to, like, he's doing pro level stuff of, like, recording his entire session. Do you have, like, have you done video editing and stuff? You already played with video edits and things, or
yeah, like... I've done stuff with video editing, but I used everyone's asked me what I use for this. I use Camtasia, which is like it's basically the video version for Snagit that you recommend. Yeah. And you know, using like OBS and stuff like that, it's a lot more that goes on. With this, you can just kind of choose your region, and it works pretty well. So it's pretty basic for what you want to do. We're not doing anything too crazy. So yeah, so I just
claim to fame. That's the same one that ICT is always talking about doing. He's like, all you need to do is get some Camtasia going. Yes, listen, I just turn on your Camtasia and recording, talk to everybody, tell everybody how good I am, just tell everybody that the ICT is your mentor, and go out there and show some signals. You're going to sell your own signals and stuff. You know, people are just going to turn and burn anyways. Just charge them $30 a month, $1 a day, you know, and get them to, you know, tell them ICT sent you, know, and then when you blow your account over there, you'd be like, well, I guess you got to go take the ICT mentorship. You can come over here and pay me $2,000, and just make sure that you spend a year and a half with me so you can't get your PayPal returns at the end when you find out I'm a fucking scammer, okay? Hey, but he uses Camtasia. But listen, folks, Mike crushed it. You guys need to watch this video. Mike the Beast. And I'm like, I ain't even playing around. You guys been here for hardly any time whatsoever. Absolutely smashed it. So let me back up. Okay, how did you get your 6-screen setup? Because you have a screen setup. He's got a screen setup like mine, folks. Now, again, I have said before that I still believe that this is the ideal. If I thought that the setup that I'm telling you guys with the 4K screens and whatnot, you know, was the best, I would switch to it myself, right? But as of right now, let me come to my screen if I can press the button. Okay, he's got is it 6? Yours is 6, or you got more than that?
Yeah, no, I got 6.
Yeah, you got 6. Now, how many video cards do you have in your computer?
I have 2. I have one for the that's dedicated for the 5 that I just use for charts and you know, that kind of NinjaTrader stuff like that. And then I have the main one for the main desktop, which is different than all the other monitors. Yeah.
Well, I think, isn't it, well, video cards can only support 4 monitors. So you got 2 of those attached to one.
Yeah, the one I have, I think it has room for up to like 6 on it, but I just do
Wait, what video card is
5
it?
out of it.
What video card supports 6 monitors?
I can find out what it's called. Hold on.
Yeah, I didn't know about. Most of them, they're all they cap out at 4. But yeah, if there's one that does 5 or 6, that's a new one on me. Is it AMD?
I'll check. I don't remember. When I was setting up the dual display, I was just getting it to set it up. But when I was starting when like during COVID, so basically all the video cards were gone. People were using them for crypto.
Yeah.
So you couldn't really get like decent video cards. I'll tell you what it is in a second.
Yeah.
So
that's the drawback with 6 is that you have to have 2 video cards, and video cards are so expensive right now. So that's why I don't tell anybody to really, even try to do this setup. It's expensive all the way around, and you can do just as well on a single one with 4 and then side ones. But if I'm really wanting the absolute ideal, because I can curve everything in at myself just perfectly right in the levels of eyesight. I've got my center screens and divisions. I still, this is still the professional layout, for myself. Although, if I had my preference of starting all over and I hadn't, practiced at this level for so long, I would be doing the gigantic 4K right in the center. And now that they've got 120 hertz OLEDs, oh my word, they're so beautiful. So yeah, I think that's cool. You got the HD 6870 and it can do 6 screens. Oh, the older one, really interesting. Oh, for 1080p, yeah. But once you can't do 4Ks at that though, or even 2. You know what I'm saying? Danny, soy charter member. Sí, yo por todo del mundo.
Yeah, no, yeah, I have the AMD 770, or 7700.
Okay,
so yeah,
okay.
I don't think it's not 4K.
Yeah, you can do 1080s though, and maybe even 2Ks. But yeah, once you go 4Ks, they can only support max 4. But that's cool. So some of the drawbacks of that. But look, Mike just came in here, folks, and is obliterating it. Now, counter that to, I'm just gonna call it like it is, folks. I don't care about people's feelings. I mean, I do. I don't mean to hurt your feelings, but then you got Dr. Phenom back to back. What not to do? He's been here for like over a year, right? But the guy never even set up his computer the way that I told him, never uses the charts proper way that I tell him, never does anything that I tell him to, and like watch him, like even after a year, absolute struggle. Then you got a guy who just set up exactly like I told him to do, and the guy's over there absolutely crushing it. Right, if you do what I tell you to do, there's a ginormous difference in results. And if you want results, you want to do it my way. If you're like, want to fart around, if you like your farts, absolutely. Like, be an old fart. It's totally cool. Es un lunatico.
So, one thing I'll say,
Vinny, with the J,
I'm in the, I'm in my, I guess my second 40 days, really at this point. Right now, you're really supposed to swing at everything. Right.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely noticing a really big difference from when, because I've taken I guess you can call them cheat days or whatever, where I'll just take quality setups. But maybe that's the point of swinging at everything, is so that you learn that not everything is it that you want to take a swing at, and you don't have to swing at everything. You're going to get quality setups throughout the day, that you don't need to chase trades. But I've been swinging at everything and losing gracefully. And
Good.
so
That's good. And you know, there's a lot of things. It's so hard for me to explain all the things that I'm forcing you to do, and I am saying forcing you to do by going out there and taking every single trade in sim during that window is for you to practice your mechanics. Clicks, getting used to your setups, getting used to the setups and the layouts, and to really, you know, close the trades if they're bad. I want you to get into bad positions, because the thing is if you're only taking good ones all the time and you don't know how to get yourself out of a bad one, next thing you know, you're going to pull a Dr. Phenom too, and you're sitting there holding the bag. You're going to sit there and hold it and hold it and hold it, and you're going to blow out like Trades by Matt every day, where you got, you know, he's got 9 blowouts in 12 months. Like, you don't want to do that. What you got to do is just bail out of your trades quickly, pull it out, and just execute. And if you just continue to do that, you know, you'll smash it. Well, I don't know, man. You are ahead of the curve, and I don't know. You know, look, there's different levels of people. Like, people, they're all different layers. There's super smart folks. There's folks who can, you know, do things. There's people who can't do things. God made us all different ways, right? We all have different talents and whatnot. I do try to tailor the entire program to where I'm hoping that the majority of all people can fit into at least this mold and then break through it. And again, I've told people before, like, once you have learned to play the masterpiece like Beethoven intended to, absolutely, from Beethoven's Fifth, cool, now make a remix, right? But understand how to play it the right way so you can get back to fundamentals when you start having issues. And you guys are absolutely, you know, crushing it, and watching you guys smash was amazing work, sir. Danny says, I'm a charter member. You can be profitable too, but ICT content, it's very good, undeniable. Actually, it is deniable. Danny, why don't you come on, why don't you let us hear your beautiful voice? Why don't you come and jump on the microphone with us, and let's talk about your trading. Are you a profitable trader with ICT?
So if I can, Vinny, one thing I'll say about ICT is,
yeah,
I didn't even know who that guy was until I heard about you. And I saw one of your videos, and it looks like to me he just kind of goes back and tells us what already happened in the market. And I was like, well, anyone can do that. So I wasn't, you know, one of the things I like about the way you have it set up is, you know, it's a cliche, but you really are giving us you know, teaching us how to fish, as opposed to just tossing fish out there with signals and, you know, stuff like that, and taking trades that we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, and what ICT's over there doing is, like, he's pointing to fish that were in the sea yesterday. Hey, did you see that big fish yesterday? I mean, well, we're all like, did you catch it? He's like, well, no, but I saw a picture of it. I mean, I could have caught it. I mean, it was. I mean, he's got more big fish stories, you know, than you can shake a stick at. But yeah, he's always like, on the left-hand side of the chart. Oh, looking here, guys. See, look at it. Went to the tick. And what's funny is like so many other places that don't, and like they're literally staring. I've looked at his charts from like, wow, why didn't you take that one? Why didn't you take that one? See, what about that one? Dude, all his students, as soon as they go live, they start taking all those other ones that are like, well, that's an FVG, that's an FVG, that's an FVG. They have no idea that they're getting FEG'd. You know what I'm saying? They're getting F'd is what they're getting. But man, it's so funny. Let's see. I was at my third 40 days, but I had some personal issues when I ain't available for about a month. Where should I start it up again? Franco, good question. So you were in your 30. Well, let's talk. Let's get on a call tomorrow. Let's talk about your situation and where you're starting up at. And I haven't seen many of your screenshots. Again, I can almost always tell, folks, if you guys are posting your screenshots in the public chat. There are a few things I've got on a checklist. Let me tell y'all what I look at when I'm looking at your charts. Let me tell you. Okay, one is layout. I think the layout is very important. Zoom level. This is I gotta put a big. I mean, this is the thing we talked about here tonight. Like, get your zoom level correct. You are losing visibility. This is huge. Everything that we do here is about visualizing time and price and dimension. Your eyes are the key. We are looking at it like we're visually seeing stuff. And if you're not able to see it, a lot of it has to do right here. If your zoom level is proper or not. Okay? Other things that I'm looking for is, are you accurate when you're labeling things? I can't tell you how many times I see all the time. Label the name correctly. If it's HMD, how many times do I see somebody call something an HMD, but it was like, you mean sharkback? You know, or it's like there's a cross in it, and they're like, oh, PRZ HMD. And I'm like, no, that's not a thing. Like, I can get concerned, right? When I see that kind of stuff, like when I see you labeling it accurately, when I see you targeting properly, when I see a double cross, double move, and another one here, DCDMs. A lot of people get this wrong. DCDM. This is like a hurricane force problem for a lot of people, and I don't know how to reiterate it any farther on the videos, but on a DCDM, I keep seeing multi-target. This is not a multi-target trade. Okay, this should be like you are trying to target. Now look, I don't care if you spread them out around the golden ropes or the golden line. Okay, but that is a gold line play. All right, but how many times in the screenshots I see somebody being like, and I see the multi-targets laying out there on the screenshot. Like, that's my opportunity to step in and tell you guys. And again, I don't want to be the only one telling you guys. So I'm looking for more disciples. Okay, folks, don't be afraid to speak up and tell somebody. Help them. Don't be afraid of offending them. It's for their own good. And people, folks, I don't let stupid people hang out in my room. All of them are intelligent people in our room. And the scripture says, even in Proverbs, it says, a wise man will thank you for his chastisement, but a fool will hate you for it. Okay, so we leave all those in ICT's world, right? They get offended by everything. All right, and he's small mind and won't even let people put comments on his videos. He cherry picks, like, hilarious. Is it not hilarious? Like the epicness of, like, we're calling him out on how he cherry picks his trades, and then not only does he cherry pick his trades, he literally cherry picks his comments. I mean, how small do you have to be to cherry pick your comments that you let one comment, folks? I mean, he spells it all out for you. One comment. He's like, Osak. One shot, one kill. And okay, I think it's hilarious. In his 5-page diatribe recently on his, he literally is sitting there saying, here's what I'm going to be doing. This, he says nothing about a competition. Nothing about competition at all in his statements. And he's like, okay, here's what I'm going to be doing in the Robins. Here's what I'm going to be doing. Folks, he gets into the Robins. This whole crap about saying that, well, no, he went in, but he didn't deposit any money. My ass. Like, and by the way, I'm starting a series on Wednesday. It's going to be called How Dumb Do You Have to Be? Okay, so you guys can look forward to this on Wednesday. It is going to be hilarious. I'm going to start it on Tuesday. Going to be called How Dumb You, or you guys might need to help me out with part of this. Okay, this is my first title, but the other one might be, how dumb does ICT think you are? What do you guys think? Should it be, how dumb do you have to be? And it's like, you know, students, ICT students, how dumb do you have to be? And then we'll go, how dumb do you have to be to believe ICT when he's talking about Tobias and Parsons? How dumb do you have to be when he's sitting there telling you that, I've been in the Robins 3 times, but I blew my account on purpose. Like, y'all believe this shit? How dumb do you have to be to believe this stuff? I don't know. Or how dumb does ICT think you are? But you know what? I'm actually realizing, like, ICT students is many of these folks, and unfortunately, you know, we find that they're all a bunch of scammers out of South Africa and Nigeria. Sadly for them, he's targeting these low-income locations, and they're falling for it, but he is taking advantage of it. So I want to call it, like, how dumb does ICT think you are? Because, I mean, some of this stuff, I mean, I'm reading through his 5-page diatribe, and we're going to unravel this thing on Wednesday, and it's going to be a laugh. It's going to be so hilarious. But I just can't, I can't deal with it, man. I can't stand these scammers. Throw him and Day Trader Paradise all in the same bin and flush that thing, man. It's crazy. How dumb do you have to be when he says it's the last year, 2022? Yeah, exactly. You know what's funny? Have y'all noticed that he keeps talking about his paid group? Like, he says, I'm not going to have a paid mentorship, but yet he's talking like he's still got a paid mentorship. So you know what he's doing. He's either still running it or he's talking about into the future, right? He's like speaking past this moment in time. He's out here doing all this stuff because, I mean, I wrecked him so hard in October through December, exposing the fraud, that he's like, oh, well, I need to let some heat off. I'm going to do this free for a couple months, but then he's going to restart his mentorship next year. A little pause here, a little bump in the road, a little Vinny Mini out of Texas, you know, a little boom, little stomp in the road. Okay, bro, we're gonna see if that's the case, but I'm pretty sure we're letting all the air out of those tires. You know what I'm saying? All right. Well, final questions here, Mike. Thanks for jumping on the mic, man. Anything else?
No, I think. No, I think you covered it all. I mean, I'm just gonna spend the rest of my time, you know, doing simulation and going through live when it's live, and I'll make some more videos. I've been making them. It's just the actual editing and condensing them down is kind of.
Well, I'll just tell you that was awesome. It really helped a lot of people. I mean, I don't know if you looked down in the comments of that video, but a lot of people were just like, "Man, this is so helpful. Thank you for doing this." Like, seeing the walkthrough of what you're doing, being able to see it, and you're actually. I mean, I didn't have hardly any critiques on here. It's like, I got to figure out, like, okay, let me ask. Okay, what was your method of taking notes throughout this? Did you take notes, or like, how did you study our system?
Yeah, I took notes. I mean, any downtime that I don't. Basically, I essentially quit my job.
Okay, so you did this full time
really
for a while.
To do this. Yeah. So I'm all in.
You're like, I'm all in. Okay. So maybe, and I don't know that everybody has that opportunity to, like, throw in all in. So, but well, I can tell there's something different about what you've done to get to that level, to also be able to fully comfortably record going at it. And I sat there and tried to think of things to critique you on. Only a few things I'm like, well, he's going to get faster. You're brand new with it. I'm surprised you're as fast as you were already. But, some of the stuff of being able to move your targets quicker, because you're still like, you're at the stage where you should be, where you're kind of, okay, let me hesitate to, well, should I move it here? Or that's fine. But at some point, you're going to know. You're going to be like, bam, 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 bam. You're going to be like that guy building a house who you've been slamming hammers your whole life. So, hammer to a nail is nothing. Me, I still bend the hammerhead, like I suck at it. I need more practice. But you'll get there.
I think that's just the repetition thing in it, making it, mechanical in a reaction. But no, I mean, I took notes pretty much the traditional way, a combination of that. And then, whenever I go for runs or go work out, I just, instead of, listening to workout music or listening to a podcast, I just plug in a YouTube video and absorb it that way. And when the market's closed, or when I'm doing my market replay, that's what I'll do at night, is go through my YouTube videos. I'm still not through all of them. Trying to get through the last playlist. I got through the first 3, and so there's a lot. But I find myself going back over again. Because DCDM is really kind of my bread and butter. From what I've noticed, like all of my big plays come from DCDM.
And
like
it's one of my favorites, man. I love that thing.
Yeah, it's so clutch. But going back through and just rewatching that, taking the notes again, seeing where I screwed it up, looking at the plays that I'll take videos of the ones that I messed up. And one thing I'm trying to compile, I was going to talk to you about this actually, but one thing I'm trying to compile is just like the videos of the DCDMs. Before they happen, so you can kind of, that's one thing I'm struggling with, is when I do screw up, is what direction that DCDM is actually going. And for the most part I get it right, but sometimes I get it wrong, and when you get it wrong it hurts, because those things are they can trick you. They can move up and then they go down if they're going to go down, and then if they're going to go up they'll go down and then they'll go up. And so you have to enter in usually right at the middle of the cross, because it could, I've seen them where they just rip to the upside or where they just rip to the downside. But a lot of times what happens is, they'll go up, retest some type of support or resistance, and then shoot the direction that they're trying to move it in. It's almost like they let off the gas or something and let it just kind of float. And then
we have that a lot. And I will say that is a key feature of the double cross, double move. They don't just necessarily go straight to. It's very important for 2-try rule on a double cross, double move, which you'll see almost every time I get a double cross. If it does not go immediately to it, first thing I do is I draw a white line. Right, I press my F6 tool, I click it, I show it, so that if the price does come back to it, I will enter again +1. And that is a key to that whole thing, because you really don't know which one is going to go all the way and which one's not. And it's not our job to sit there. Like, a lot of people will get into the habit of saying, well, are you right or are you wrong? It's not about being right or wrong. If you played it properly, then you were right. The market will take it from you any moment. And as long as your stop is small, your stop's back behind that cross, I mean, you could take 2 of those easy and it's not a big deal, because when a double cross, double move hits, it's so big. I mean, you won't even feel those. I mean, it's like paying for advertising for a business. You're like, okay, well, yeah, we paid for that billboard outside, $200 a month. Yeah, but we just made 5,000 off of it, Yeah, you got to pay to play.
Yeah, no, they're great. So that's really my bread and butter. So I've just been compiling a kind of a list of them, or a collage of them, that basically you can see the play before it happens, and then you guess the direction. It's kind of like flashcards, I guess. And then,
yeah, you know what? That one is fairly new. And I don't know that I have. Yeah, in fact, I don't even think I have a DCDM. I think I call it double cross. Yeah, so we got them here, but I do need to maybe either rename this room. but we need to show a lot more of those. I think some of you, well, yeah, Mr. Green is contributing quite a few to these. But if you do want to, if you're compiling them, I'm going to make a note and let's go ahead and start a DCDM room, and I'm going to start, recording all of mine. So DCDM is one of our most recent, discovered strategies, if you will, because a lot of times I create the tool and then I see the strategy, and the crosses are one of those where we came back and we saw multiple strategies, including the plover. Plover, I didn't even create that one. The plover came from one of our platinum members, but knowing and studying and understanding our system, it made sense, and it was a great contribution. But double cross double move, it is one of the newer ones, and you're right. I think we need to compile more of those so you guys will have more examples on it, particularly the ones that need 2 tries. So I'll have like a second bin. I'll be like, all right, double cross double move standard, and then I'm gonna have double cross double move 2 try, and we'll kind of keep those in 2 separate rooms. That way there's a collection of those. What do you think?
I like that. That's a great idea.
Yeah, because it is. You need to see those, and it is going to be more difficult, but it's such a valuable trade setup. You don't want people to miss out on that opportunity. And also, it needs to stop people from, bag holding those. You really just gotta, cannot reiterate it enough. And I don't know how to force people to do that. You just have to learn it. I guess the hard way sometimes is to just, okay, so close out that trade. It popped up out of the crosses. Just close it. Take the heat. Somebody got you. Oh, no big deal. Get back. You got 5 more lives. It's all good. Get back into the game. So that's important.
Yeah, what you said with the F6 tools huge, because that just becomes a main area that they're gonna fight it out at, And so when you see price interact with that area, it's always a key area for a big move to the, whichever direction they're going to take it. So yeah, I wasn't doing that at first, but I started doing that now, and it makes a huge difference in seeing kind of where the where the battle lines are drawn in price action.
Yeah, so we're drawing it out here. So you got the double cross set up right there. So you go to enter in short, then boom, you get stopped out because on the first play we come up and out of here. So you get stopped out. But then what I want to do is on any of these where I get stopped out, I will literally come in here and I will do the dash line. F6 is what we were talking about. F6 is your default. You might have changed yours, but normal default key is F6. F6 and click. Just click it one time. Boom, it's there. So what I do is I just wait, and if I see that price later on come back down through that line, boom, I'm entering in again. And am I doing the same one? So if the first time I was in 4 contracts, the first time, am I going back in 4 contracts on the second try?
+1.
+1. Everybody getting this? I mean, if I keep repeating this enough times, surely everybody's going to get it. It's +1. So minimum, I am now going to be at a 5 contract. For me, I'm probably going to be at 6, and I try to get even bigger on these because they're such huge plays. I make so much off of these plays. I want to go in and try to hit either 6 or an 8 contract on the second time around. Now, can I still stop out? Yes. Can price still pop up and pop me out? Yes. Can it still get stopped out right here? Yes. Is there anything guaranteed in life? No. Is there anything guaranteed in our system? No. Right here, we're still stopping out. So what? If my 2 heats were this and this, folks, let me tell you something. When one of these plays out, okay, and your distance is here to here, and one of these hits and that thucker is going out, these little 2 little heats ain't gonna mean squat. Okay, when you look back and see your P&L, trust me, you're laughing all the way to the bank. +1, that's right. I think everybody's getting it, bro. I think people are picking it up. I am extremely proud of each and every freaking one of you guys. Thanks for hanging out here with us here tonight. Thanks for spending the entire time. We're at 1 hour and 40 minutes, and you guys are legends. Thanks for hanging out here tonight with me, and Pippi, and Robbie, and Lunchbot, and Mod Squad, and Curtis G, and the rest of the gang. Thanks for all you guys who have participated out there in the microphones, and all of you trolls too. Let's do this. See ya!
There's no time for redemption. Those flags you wave, will they hold up? Don't cry. you wave or represent them. The world is watching. Here's your judgment. Here's your reckoning. I'll write your story down. Here's your history. Country, you could have everything. So bring home the glory alive. Here's your judgment. Here's your reckoning. So go